All right, we are going to review multiplying decimals. So we have our steps over here on the left. So the first thing, and we're multiplying, is that we want to ignore the decimal point. So we have 1.5 times 4, so we're going to ignore it. So we're actually just going to do 15 times 4 in step 2. So 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So now I have to count the amount of numbers after the decimal point in the whole problem. So if I'm looking at this entire problem, there's only one number after the decimal point. So that means there should only be one number after the decimal point in my answer. So that means my decimal point should go in between the 6 and the 0. So that's 6.0. Okay, let's try this again. Just erase. So if I had 0.25 times 0.7, I'm going to ignore the decimal point. So I'm really going to do 25 times 7. So when you're lining up, you want to make sure that you have not the smallest number on the bottom, but the one that has the least amount of numbers on the bottom. So then I'm going to do 25 times 7. So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17. So my answer is 175. I'm going to go back to my problem and count how many numbers are after the decimal point in the whole problem. So I have 2 here and 1 here, so that would equal 3. So that means I need to have 3 numbers after the decimal point in my entire problem. So I'm going to put the point there. And I can add the 0 here, but I don't have to. Okay, let's try it one more time. Sorry, my eraser's being really slow. Okay, so if I had 20.5 times 7. We already did 7. I'll change it. Let's do 20.5 times 9. When you're ignoring the decimal point, we'll do 0.9. You can't just get rid of the zeros either. So like this still has to be, if I ignore it, just now it's just 205. It can't just be 25 times 9. 5 times 9 is 45. 9 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4, and then 9 times 2 is 18. So I have 1845. And again, I got to go back to my problem. I got to count how many numbers are after the decimal point in my entire problem. So there's 1 here and 1 here, so that would be 2. So that means I need to have 2 numbers after the decimal point in my answer. So that means I'm going to put the decimal point in between the 8 and the 4. Now, what if I was doing like a short problem? Like, for example, if I had 0.3 times 6. So that's really 3 times 6, which is 18. It wouldn't be 0.18, it would just be 1.8 because there's one number after the decimal point in my problem. So remember, decimal points last, multiplication first.